The grainy footage of a sleek, cockpitless jet leaving the runway
marks not merely a successful test flight, but the tangible arrival of a new epoch in military strategy.
This event, the first flight of Anduril's Fury, is the physical manifestation of a doctrine
that has, until now, existed largely in strategic white papers and advanced simulations.
The defense technology startup has achieved in a remarkably compressed time frame
what major defense prime contractors have struggled with for decades.
It has bridged the gap between artificial intelligence as a concept
and artificial intelligence as a high-performance, autonomous combat aircraft.
This flight signifies a profound paradigm shift.
Moving beyond remotely piloted drones, which are still tethered to human operators.
Into the realm of semi-autonomous collaborative platforms.
These systems, powered by artificial intelligence,
are designed not to be flown, but to be commanded.
This single event introduces a potent and disruptive element to the global military balance,
creating a new anvil against which future geopolitical conflicts will be hammered out.
The tension of this moment is palpable.
Is the starting pistol for an arms race.
Defined not by payload or speed alone, but by algorithmic superiority and the speed of industrial production.
The Fury jet is the flagship asset in a nascent class of systems.
We've integrated the targeting systems here,
It's quite advanced.
known as collaborative combat aircraft.
This terminology is precise and deliberate.
The system is not a replacement for the human pilot, but an extension of their will.
A force multiplier that redefines the very geometry of aerial engagement.
As described by Anduril, the aircraft operates with a significant degree of self-governance.
It is not piloted remotely in the conventional sense.
Instead, it executes complex mission plans, manages its own flight controls, navigates hostile airspace, and adapts to changing variables.
Without millisecond by millisecond human input. This capacity is revolutionary.
It frees the human pilot from the cognitive burden of direct aircraft control,
elevating their role from operator to quarterback.
This human-on-the-loop framework, as analysts term it,
Allows a single pilot in a fifth-generation fighter like an F-35.
To orchestrate a team of autonomous wingmen.
The human provides strategic intent, control that sector, find enemy air defenses,
or engage targets matching these criteria.
while the AI executes the complex tactical maneuvers required.
The primary objective is unequivocal. These are first and foremost about protecting pilots' lives.
These fly out ahead of man fighters, and they're able to find the enemy first.
Be able to engage the enemy well before a man fighter has to be seen.
Port ore is in range.
This doctrine of expendable, attributable assets allows for strategies that were previously untenable.
The AI wingman can take the initial risks. Absorb the first wave of enemy fire.
And create openings for the crewed assets.
Fundamentally altering the risk calculus of modern warfare. The concept of an armed, autonomous jet
Rightfully evokes profound ethical and strategic questions.
The tension in this system lies in balancing autonomous efficiency
and a human and control on the other.
with human moral control.
Anduril's architecture attempts to solve this paradox.
By bifurcating autonomy, while the aircraft possesses semi-autonomous capabilities for flight and navigation,
Its capacity for violence remains firmly leashed to human judgment. The company has publicly affirmed two critical safeguards.
The first is a kill switch, a non-negotiable interrupt.
That allows a human supervisor to abort any mission instantly.
this provides a crucial, reliable backstop against catastrophic algorithmic error or unforeseen escalation.
The second, and more significant, safeguard
is the requirement for explicit human approval for all lethal actions, such as firing missiles.
This distinction is the core of Anduril's ethical framework.
The AI is permitted to find the enemy, to track it,
and even to recommend an engagement solution. But the final, irreversible decision to employ force must be made by a person.
This human-in-the-loop model for lethality is designed to ensure autonomous systems
operate within the established laws of armed conflict and rules of engagement.
It presents a clear line of accountability.
Attempting to harness the speed and processing power of AI for defensive and tactical advantage,
while reserving the moral and legal culpability for killing for a human commander.
This delicate balance, however, will undoubtedly be tested. As the speed of combat accelerates, placing immense pressure on the human quarterback to make life and death decisions in compressed timeframes. The most disruptive aspect of the Fury program may not be its software, but its manufacturing philosophy.
Anduril's milestone of moving from a clean sheet concept to a successful test flight.
In just over 18 months, represents a seismic rebuke to the established defense industrial base.
This velocity is not an accident.
It is the company's core strategic thesis.
The Pentagon's selection of Anduril over numerous prime defense contractors.
Points. Point signals a high-level recognition.
That the traditional, decades-long acquisition cycle for exquisite, gold-plated platforms
is no longer sustainable in an era of rapid technological advancement.
The future, Anduril wagers, belongs to the nation that can iterate, produce,
Point and field advanced systems faster.
As Brian Shai articulated this philosophy, the goal is complete integration from design to production.
By highlighting a deliberate design for mass producibility.
This approach attacks every traditional bottleneck.
Instead of using very exquisite, big aircraft landing gear,
we designed it so it can be built in any machine shop in America.
This seemingly mundane choice is revolutionary.
It trades exquisite, limited supply components for robust, easily manufactured ones, creating supply chain resilience.
This logic extends to the very heart of the aircraft.
Instead of using a military engine, we've been able to use a commercial business jet engine that are mass-produced and readily available.
By designing nearly every part for production across hundreds of suppliers.
Anduril is not just building a jet.
It is attempting to build a distributed, resilient, and rapid industrial ecosystem capable of producing systems.
Anduril, while a high-profile entrant, is not alone in this new arena.
The U.S. Air Force's CCA program is aggressively fostering competition.
Recognizing that a monopoly in this critical sector would be counterproductive.
General Atomics, a legacy giant, represents the established incumbent.
Their own CCA entry, the YFQ-42A, also completed its first flight.
Demonstrating that the entire defense sector is pivoting hard toward autonomy.
This dual-pronged advancement. The key is the seamless integration of the virtual and physical prototypes, accelerating the design cycle significantly.
Is a clear indicator that the Pentagon's plan for AI-driven wingmen
is not a futuristic fantasy,
but an accelerating, funded, and top priority reality.
The tension is not between U.S. defense contractors.
our adversary is not other defense contractors.
It's hostile foreign powers.
Ninguém é oportunidade de you're just a days as it is.
Who are trying to achieve massive economic and military overmatch.
Here, Mrs.
This reframes the narrative entirely.
The domestic competition is merely a prelude to a much higher stakes geopolitical contest.
我们需要加快速度，退铆原色主位。
Lucky's subsequent comments that a full discussion of their capabilities
is not appropriate for national television, inject a chilling dose of reality.
If it comes to an British embassy, that China is a very competent, very credible adversary.
With big advantage.
The race for autonomous warfare is a sprint.
And the pacing threat is not just matching US capability, but in some areas, potentially exceeding it.
The development of lethal autonomous weapons.
Inevitably surfaces deep-seated public anxiety.
A scary idea. However, he counters this fear by reframing the ethical debate entirely. Posing a powerful, persuasive, and deeply uncomfortable question.
The choice, in his view, is not a question between smart weapons and no weapons.
It's a question between smart weapons and dumb weapons.
This argument presents a new moral calculus for the 21st century.
This perspective argues that artificial intelligence, when properly constrained,
Offers a more ethical alternative to the dumb munitions that have defined 20th century warfare.
A smart weapon, theoretically, can be programmed with superhuman precision.
To adhere to rules of engagement, to positively identify military targets.
And to minimize collateral damage with a reliability that no unguided bomb ever could.
This argument repositions AI from a moral liability.
By moral imperative.
Emporous to a potential moral imperative.
A tool that could, for the first time, allow for a level of surgical discrimination in combat that was previously impossible.
The challenge, therefore, is not to halt the development of AI in warfare,
but to ensure its development is relentlessly governed by human ethics, oversight, and a non-negotiable framework of accountability.
Even as adversaries pursue the same technology with potentially fewer constraints.
The first flight of Fury is a watershed moment.
Crystallizing the abstract concepts of AI warfare into a tangible, high-performance reality.
It represents the convergence of three powerful forces.
A new military doctrine, a disruptive industrial model, and an urgent geopolitical imperative.
Anduril's rapid progress has thrown down a gauntlet.
Challenging not only America's adversaries, but also its own entrenched defense establishment.
The tension this creates is manifold.
Tactically, it promises to protect pilots while extending their reach.
Industrially, it pits Silicon Valley agility against legacy scale. Geopolitically, it accelerates an AI arms race that will define global power for the next century.
And ethically, it forces a pragmatic and urgent reevaluation of autonomous systems.
Demanding a new calculus that weighs the scary idea
of smart weapons.
Against the proven, indiscriminate brutality of dumb ones.
The jet has left the runway. The debate over its destination has only just begun.